difficulties. We have been experiencing storms in the area, knocked me off the show for a little bit. But we back like we never left, man. Liquor store is back in effect, back fully open. You know, hey, rain, sleet, or snow, the liquor store is open for sure. I got to get this content off. Got to do what we got to do. So sorry about the inconvenience, you know, but we back, man. We back. So on the last show, we were talking about 30 visits. We were talking about the prospect of Quentin Johnston, making it to the Dallas Cowboys. Right? Not likely, but he is a player that would definitely help this wide receiving core. So again, anybody that was on the last show, Storm knocked us off, but we back in full effect, man. So please, we had a bunch of folks in here watching with us before. That's not the case right now. So please go ahead and hit that like button, hit the share button. Get some folks back in here, man. Tell a friend the liquor store is open. Tell a friend, you slap the shit out of Eagles fan, you get half off, man. Half off all bottles in the store. So tell a friend, we're back in the liquor store. Invite somebody all into the liquor store, man. We rocking. Like I say, hey, a little bit of bad weather can't stop us, man. A little bit of bad weather can't stop us. Michael McQuaid, what's good with you? Mike Aldana, what's up? Regina Green, I see you back in here with me. Big Bud Cowboy, what's good with you? Michael Lockhart, what's up with you, man? So I had some technical difficulties, man. Like, I'm over here. There's a bunch of storms. We're under a tornado watch right now. So we had a little bit of spotted service and not the Wi-Fi out for a little bit. But we should be good moving forward, man. We should be good. But yeah, so we were talking about Quentin Johnston. We were talking about Quentin Johnston and the prospect of adding him to this wide receiving core. And it makes sense, man. Because honestly, between me and you, I do think that Mike McCarthy is going to get him a playmaker in this draft. I just got a feeling he will. Dwayne Brown, what's up with you, man? I appreciate you tapping in at the liquor store. Oh yeah, hey man, we blessed and highly favored, man. We blessed and highly favored. The Lord will provide shelter. We will be good. The storm is gonna pass over, man. But I appreciate you for your concerns, brother. I appreciate you for your concerns. Hey, I can't get kidnapped by no Eagles fan, man. I'll smell the shit on their breath before they make it to the door. I can't get kidnapped by no Eagles fan, man. I can't get kidnapped by no Eagles fan, man. They can't even read. They can't kidnap a real one like me. So yeah, man. So Quentin Johnston is a 30 visit. Quentin Johnston is a guy that would allow you to move on from Michael Gallup. And because we lost Dalton Schultz. Right, we were not able to keep Dalton Schultz, but Dan Quinn got to keep Donovan Wilson. I think it's only fair that Big Mike McCarthy gets to take him a playmaker, in the first rounds. I'm not saying it's a for sure thing, but I wouldn't be surprised. Especially with us moving over to a West Coast offense. It said as far as fit, Quentin Johnston and Hyatt are my favorite two wide receivers for us. I can see that. I can see why you would say Hyatt and Johnston, but I think there are plenty of wide receivers that fit, into the West Coast scheme. I still think Zay Flowers will fit into the West Coast system perfectly well. I still think that hold on, let's say crazier things that happen in draft. He said, I'm going back home now, but there's a lot of traffic. You be careful going back home, my boy. You be careful. Yeah, so I do think there's a lot of wide receivers that actually fit what we want to do. I think Tank Dell would fit, right? I honestly think, man, there are going to be a lot of guys that will be very, very, very good slot guys at the next level that's in this draft to have some speed. But I don't think there's I don't think there's a Jamar Chase in this draft. I don't think there's a Justin Jefferson or a CeeDee Lamb in this draft. I don't think that those kind of receivers are in here. But I can definitely see there being some diamonds in the rough, some guys that can be 1,000-yard receivers. I just don't think that there's like a bunch of guys that'll be dominant number one receivers from day one. I don't see it. But I do think there are plenty of wide receivers that fit You know what we want? We want guys with speed. We want guys who are good run after the catch. You know, we want guys with some explosiveness. That's kind of wide receivers we're looking for. Sugar Daddy One, what's up with you, man? I appreciate you tapping in with me. So yeah, man. So let's go back to it, man. So just in case, because I'm not really sure where we left off in breaking down Quentin Johnston, I'm gonna go back to his draft profile. I'm not gonna read the strengths. I know we got through that. I am gonna read the weaknesses that they proclaim that he have in his game. I am going to do that. Eastside Hero, what's up with you, man? I see you coming in, my boy. Also, hey, everybody, please share to a couple of Facebook groups. Please share with a friend, a family member. You know, we're trying to build up the audience in here. You know, trying to get more subscribers. We're sitting at 647 people subscribed to the page. And, you know, I'm really pushing to get to 1,000. You know, once I get to 1,000 folks on here, then, you know, the page will be monetized. The clicks and views, you know, we'll have a little bit of ad revenue, and you know, I'll get the chance to reinvest that back into the platform. Also, you know, I am going to the draft next month. It's already official. We got our Airbnb. We already booked the rental car. So, you know, we're set on that aspect. So, you know, I appreciate y'all for the love and support. This was not possible without y'all, man. Y'all made this happen. So I just want to give y'all a salute. Salute to all y'all for supporting the channel. Salute to all y'all for supporting me. You know I'm going to go down there and give y'all good quality Dallas Cowboys content. You know I'm going to give y'all as many exclusives as I can. We're going to be living on the live down there when we get down there. So I appreciate y'all for everything, man. So, you know, if you want to donate to further the cause, you know, we still need gas. And, you know, we're still going to have to cover food and stuff. If you want to support the content, you want to support me in the content and the page, it's still $ Hennythemoor for donations. And I'm going to pin it to the top. But now that I got that spiel back out of the way, man, and I gave y'all flowers for supporting me, let's get into the content, man. Because that's what we all here for. Let's get into the content, man. All right, we back. All right, I got Quentin Johnston pulled back up. We already talked about him having over 1,000 yards receiving last year. We talked about the 6 touchdowns. We talked about the 17 yards per catch. We talked about him being in between 6'2" and 6'4", running between a 4.5 and a 4.4, and having a amazing catch radius. So those are the good things. These are the things that they say that he needs to work on. Not a lot of things, but, you know, like everybody needs work. There's no such thing as a perfect NFL player, let alone a perfect NFL prospect. There will always be holes in your game, but, you know, the better a player gets, you know, the less pronounced that these, you know, issues will be. Right? You can work at something to where it's not a weakness anymore. Despite his size, Johnston's not a dominating blocker and will need to develop his skills to become a complete pro player. Has only run a limited route tree. Hey, shout out to Dwayne Brown for the $10 donation, my brother. I appreciate you for the love and support, my guy. I appreciate y'all. All right, he ran a limited route tree at TCU. Scouts will take notice of the extent he is given a chance to expand this in 2022. And, you know, that is not necessarily a knock, right? Because, you know, crazy story. Y'all remember Calvin Johnson, Hall of Fame wide receiver. Well, at Georgia Tech, that he wasn't really running a lot of routes because they played in the triple option offense. So, you know, he did not run an advanced route tree. But when he got into the NFL, when he got around a pro system, he was able to do it. And, you know, sometimes it's not that they aren't able to do it. Sometimes it's about that they are not allowed to do it. Right? You know, just because you haven't done it at the college level does not mean that you cannot do it at the pro level. Because, you know, depending on the offense, depending on the scheme, there's a certain amount of routes that you're going to run. Right? So, you know, you may not even have gotten the chance to run these routes. That doesn't mean that you can't run them. You know, it just means that, you know, that wasn't part of the offense you were running. But it doesn't mean that you lack the ability to. So, you know, that's just something to keep in mind when they say that players have limited route trees. you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that they can't do it. It just means they haven't proven it so far. He'll have to develop a better feel for sitting down against zone coverage. Okay. Johnson isn't as good as you expect given his athletic traits on contested catches. He also had problems with focus drops when coming back to the action. He had 8 drops in 2022. I know it wasn't 2002 because I think he would have even been playing football at that point. He probably was born in 2002, honestly. So I know that's a typo. He had some issues against press coverage, sometimes spending too much time hand fighting at the line of scrimmage. Didn't make the huge breakout we expected him to make in 2022. With all that said, they still got him projected to be a top 10 pick. They still got him as a top 5 pick, actually. He should be the first wide receiver off of the board. So, I still think that he's a good player. I know, listen, everybody is not going to be perfect. There will be holes in these games, but it is what it is. I like him. I definitely do like him as a prospect. Big Bud respect because I had not yet. Okay, cool. Yeah, everybody please hit the like button, hit the share button. And listen, I know not everybody has money to donate to the platform, but your views, your likes, your shares, they go a long way in growing the platform. So you can share them too. Let's say we're going for ring number 6 this year, right? So share it to about 6 Facebook groups, everybody. If everybody shares to about six different Facebook groups, we'll have it jumping. We'll get some more subscribers, and we'll have more fun in the chat. So I appreciate y'all for the love and support, man. That it goes a long way just for y'all coming over and chopping it up with me. So what do y'all think about Quentin Johnston? Honestly, man, he is I don't necessarily have to have him. I think he would be a very good prospect. You can't teach size. You can't teach being 6'4" and having that catch radius and running the 40 that he runs at that size. But I think there's a lot of good wide receivers in this draft. I don't necessarily think if we miss out on Johnson, which we probably will, that there will be a lack of options. I think Josh Downs is a very, very good prospect. He's a good route runner. He has acceleration. He would be very good fit in the West Coast offense. I think Jordan Addison is a dog. Jackson Smith is one of the best route runners in this draft. A very good prospect. Marvin Mims from Oklahoma. So there's a bunch of very good wide receivers that we can bring in this draft and improve our wide receiving core. Said like and share. I appreciate Sugar Daddy One. Michael Lockhart. Yeah, we're about evened out now, bro. We're at 14-14, so we Gucci. We're batting 100 for 100 right now. Thank y'all. Yeah, Action Pal, the store back open, my boy. The storm was trying to hate me out, but man, liquor store open, rain, sleet, or snow, man. Liquor store open, rain, sleet, or snow. You got to come in here, get you a bottle. We gonna get drunk on this content, man. We gonna get drunk on this content. But yeah, and listen, we're supposed to be doing wide receivers tomorrow. That is supposed to be the position group we're looking at. But I'm going to give you one of the guys that I like. I already told you about my boy Matt Landers, but I'm finna show you a wide receiver. He didn't have a lot of great production in college, but he has a lot of good upside, man. He's a good prospect to bring in as a future number 2 or number 3 wide receiver. So let's go. Let's see where they got ranks anyway. Oops. I was not trying to go to the 2022 draft. And we know good and well that's not what we're looking at right now. 2023. wide receiver. There we go. They look more realistic. All right, let's see what they got, my boy. All right, let's take a look at Trey Palmer. And this is a guy that Mike McCarthy himself is actually interested in, allegedly. I always use the word allegedly because you never know about validity of some of these reports, man. That's how we do it where we from. We already know we will find a good receiver in this draft. No starters with a nice. Yeah, I believe that. Brian Kite, what's good with you? It's gonna be hard to break into the starting lineup this year. CeeDee Lamb is already established. Brandon Cooks is already an established veteran. You're paying Michael Gallup, so you already got your top three lined out. So unless somebody comes in and just goes crazy during training camp or something and beats Michael Gallup out, I think we know who our top three are going to be. But this is a guy that might beat out Jalen Tolbert if we were to add him. So this is Trey Palmer. He is a wide receiver that played at Nebraska. He's 6 foot, 192 pounds, and he ended up running a 4.33 at the NFL Combine. So even on his game tape, he looks fast. And this is the kind of 40 time that validates what the film already says. He looks very fast and explosive in his actual game tape, and him running a very fast 40 time, just validifies what the film already says. So he looked fast on film, and this is and the 40 time just put an actual number on it. So it's not a guy that looks like he's moving in quicksand when he has his full pads on and then went out there in shorts and ran a fast 40. So he is projected to be a 5th round pick. I think that he actually has moved up a lot of people's boards since then, but let's see. So these are his strengths. Palmer tracks the ball well downfield and consistently runs under long throws. Has the strong hands any NFL wide receiver coach and quarterback would covet. Tracks the deep ball over either shoulder and bring in passes fluidly without breaking stride downfield. He shows suddenness off the line of scrimmage and accelerates quickly. And his top end speed is among the best in this draft. Palmer plays with a smoothness and balance, and Palmer shows a knack for setting up defensive backs. Displays deep speed. Louisiana State champion in 200-meter dash all 4 years of high school. So he really is fast. He has track speed. Does a nice job locating and tracking deep passes and is a legitimate vertical threat, willing to go up, tack the ball. And listen, he's not a little 5'7", 5'8" guy, so these are the knocks on him. He is an inconsistent catcher. He needs to improve on his concentration. He has a drop problem. He is not a very great route runner. They say he's average. Well, that's something to work with. At least he's not below average, right? He seems comfortable in traffic to the point where Palmer doesn't always make the effort to create separation. So, listen. He runs a 4.3. He's 6 foot tall. He had over 1,000 yards receiving. All right, so the production is there from college. The production is there. The speed is there. He had a decent wingspan despite his size. So, I like him as a prospect. Now, I do not know if he will end up a Dallas Cowboy, but he definitely, fits what the Dallas Cowboys want to do. He's a fast guy, good after the catch, averaged over 14 yards a catch in college. Well, let's take a look. And listen, this was his only year of real production. He did not shine at LSU. And in 2019, he only had 1 catch. 2020, he only had 10 catches. 2021, he only had 30 catches. But, when you think about the players that were there when he was younger, of course he wasn't going to be on the field. Jamar Chase was there. Justin Jefferson was there. Booty, who is a guy who is going to get drafted this year, was there. And has put out a lot of amazing wide receivers. So, I understand why it took him transferring to actually get on the field. There's no knock on him. Sometimes, other people's greatness should not diminish your greatness. So we need depth in case of injury, and I don't trust Tolbert. That's true. And I think he provides that for you. And listen, West Coast is built on yak. And this is a guy that can provide that. When you run a 4.3, it does not take a 40-yard pass for you to be effective. When you run a 4.3, you can catch the ball short, make a man miss, and get 20 extra yards that wasn't there before. You can turn a slant into a house call if they take a bad angle on the pursuit. Like, there are a lot of things that can, that you are able to do just because you got game-breaking speed. So, we already got a number one wide receiver. We already got a possession receiver in Michael Gallup. You already got a veteran, wide receiver 2 in Brandon Cooks. So, now you need to be adding, home run hitters to this. You need to be adding home run hitters to the lineup, because outside of Brandon Cooks, you don't have a lot of speed at the wide receiver position. Like Jalen Tolbert, is the next fastest guy on your team in terms of pure wide receivers. You could say Kevontae Turpin, but we already know we can't really trust him to get on the field. With all the drama with Lamar Jackson, do you think he will resign back to the Ravens? No. I think there's a lot of bad blood there. Like, he is representing himself, so all the negative things that are usually said to his agent, he had to hear them during negotiations. That's why he said, why he wanted to get traded. He requested a trade. I don't think it gets worked out. I don't think that he is going to be a Baltimore Raven. So no, I do not think he will. And I'm just happy that the Washington Commanders were stupid enough not to want him, because him with that defense and those playmakers, I think they would be an issue. They had Lamar Jackson. Yeah, Dwayne Brown, you're completely right. Lamar Jackson is looking for a completely new start, and I don't blame him, man. Like, he done put his body on the line for that organization. They don't even want to pay him. So I don't blame him. He needs a new start somewhere, man. But yeah, so I like Trey Palmer. He adds versatility. He adds, a home run threat, and you don't really have a lot of speed right now. So now that you actually have filled out your roster of wide receivers, you have a possession guy, Michael Gallup. You have Brandon Cooks, who is a legitimate number 2. You got a number 1 in CD Lamb, who is improving as a route runner, is looking to add on to his all-pro season. Yeah, that's how they do black quarterbacks, man. Especially black quarterbacks from the culture. Man. And some people make the argument that it's because he's a running quarterback, but Josh Allen is a running quarterback. Like, Josh Allen, most of what he does is predicated on his ability to use his legs. Because you took away that threat of the run, that you just look at Josh Allen's overall passing numbers, they're mediocre. So, you can't even say it's about running quarterbacks, because Josh Allen got paid, and he's really a run-first quarterback. And Josh Allen didn't even win an MVP. So, So yeah, I like Trey Palmer. So what do y'all think about the boy? Would you be willing to take him in the 4th round? they say a 5th round grade. I don't really see a lot of 1,000-yard 4.3 wide receivers falling, to the 5th round. I don't believe it. I don't think that happens. But what do y'all think, man? Would you draft this boy? He said maybe 5th, not 4th. It really just depends. If he's that's why people haven't gotten over Romo. Facts. And what people be forgetting is Tony Romo is not even a white man. Tony Romo is a Hispanic American. He is a Hispanic American man. But there's a bunch of people that gravitated toward Romo. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people do not like Dak Prescott. 5th round for me. It would depend for me on what grade the Dallas Cowboys have on him. If the Dallas Cowboys have a 4th round grade on him, I would take him. And that's all that really matters. Because some of the experts aren't, they get it wrong all the time. So sometimes players have 5th round grades and somebody evaluates them as a 4th. Sometimes somebody has a 4th round grade on a guy and a team might think they're a 6th round pick or something. You never know. It's depending on who is available at the 4th. And listen, this is a very deep draft. We're looking at guys to fill out the roster. This is a very deep draft. The boy from Tulane, Spears, is projected to be a 4th round pick. We need another running back. And really, 5th round, I'm very high on the running back from Oklahoma, Eric Gray. Like, he's expected to go in the 5th. Kevin McIntosh is expected to be a 5th round pick. Matt Landers is expected to be a 5th round pick, 5th or 6th round pick, depending on who you ask. He's 6'4", ran a 4.3 from Arkansas. So I know him very well. In terms of his playing, I never met the man before a day in my life, but I only take him if he's the top-rated player on my draft board. Okay, yeah. And that's the key word. It just depends on where the Dallas Cowboys have him rated at. If Cowboys think he's a 5th rounder, then it just depends. And look, since I fool with y'all the way that I fool with y'all, I'm going to give you one more. Who is going to be he's not a 1st round wide receiver, but I really like his game. He is also a Texas native. He'll probably be a slot at the next level. But I give to you Marvin Sims Jr., 5'10", ran a 4.38 at the combine, went to college in Oklahoma. He had 54 receptions last year for 1,083 yards, 6 receiving touchdowns, and he averaged 20 yards a catch. 20 yards a catch. Now, I'm not saying that is possible to, I'm not saying that that's realistic for them to duplicate at the next level. But, that shows you just how good he was in college. He is projected to be a late 2nd round pick. When we pick late in the 2nd round, so that lines up well for us. So let's take a look. He was a 1st-team All Big 12 selection. He had All Big 12 honorable mention by his head coaches, academic All Big 12. He was the first wide receiver in Oklahoma history to earn, freshman All-American status. Okay. So these are his strengths. His competitiveness and knack for high pointing the ball allow him to play bigger than his size. Mims is a natural playmaker at his best with the ball in his hands and is a vertical threat. He's excellent downfield, accelerating to top speed quickly and stacking on top of cornerbacks. He has excellent body control, contorting to make difficult catches and working well on back shoulder throws. Good hands, who goes up and attacks the ball to bring it in contested catch situations. Very productive player who has consistently put up elite numbers. has experience as a punt returner, will likely be used in that capacity as he develops in the pros. Mims was frequently put in catch and run situations, and he shows good vision with the ability to make tacklers miss in space. And remember, West Coast offense, you want to get your playmakers in space, you want to get the ball into their hands, you know, so, run after catch ability. He has it. Sound like he got good separation. Yeah, it sounds like he got good separation or he got great yak. Maybe both. Let's hope both. We'll definitely make sure he's one of the guys we break down on film tomorrow. We do our draft show. Also, everybody, remember, me and Landlord from Alabama will be doing a draft show tomorrow. This is going to be the second edition of Cowboys College. And, we will be breaking down wide receivers. We'll be looking at game tape. We'll be looking at, advanced analytics, statistics. We're going to break them fully down, and we're going to chop it up about if we like them or not. So with that said, tune in. It will be tomorrow morning. We're going to chop it up, and we're going to make it happen. All right. Good hands. Okay, we already said that. Very productive player who has consistently put up elite numbers. Has experience as a punt returner, will likely be used in that capacity as he develops in the pros. Okay, there we go. I already said that. Often used on deep routes, getting separation down the sideline or over the middle on crossing routes by extending his arms rather than pure speed. He's also a violent runner with the ball in his hands. He's a very good working outside the numbers, showing excellent ball tracking skills, and he does the little things well downfield, including leaving enough room on the sideline for his quarterback to drop in a throw. All right, these are his weaknesses. He's only 5'11", a little over 180, and as a result will be out-muscled by bigger defensive backs. He will likely be limited to a slot player. That's fine. You can't get double-teamed in the slot. Sideline is not going to be an extra defender. I have no problem with that. He was underused in 2021, and as a result, hasn't developed a wide route tree. Doesn't have the size to consistently win on the outside. All right, we know he'll have to develop better feel for sitting down against the zone. So listen, he is small, but he ain't that damn small. He's productive, though. He's productive. Matter of fact, let me look at his career numbers. Let me take a look at his career numbers. All right. 2021, he had 705 yards and 5 touchdowns. He still averaged 22 yards a catch. 2020, he had 610 yards, 9 touchdowns, and he still averaged 16.5 yards a catch. So sounds like he was primarily used in the early parts of his career as a big play guy who was not a number one option. He only had 37 catches in 2020 and 32 catches in 2021. But, he was a big play machine. He's had longs of at least 60 yards all 3 years of his college career. In 2020, he had a long of 61. 2021, he had a play of 67. 2022, he had a play of 77. So he makes a lot of big plays, apparently. Hey, shout out to Regina Green for the $5 donation. I appreciate you for the love and support. Goes a long way over here. It helps keep the light on. And remember, wow. And remember, while he's an undersized guy, like playing in the slot has his advantages. Like Cole Beasley was much smaller, and he made an all-pro selection playing strictly in the slot. And he's faster than that boy was. Reminds me of Hollywood Brown, but more physical. Yeah, man. Like people act like there aren't great undersized wide receivers in the league. Like there are a ton of amazing, slot guys right now. There are a ton of amazing slot guys. When you look at like I said, Cole Beasley, Hunter Renfrow, had over 1,000 yards being a slot. And these are guys that are less athletic than he is, right? We seen big slots. Cedric Wilson, played a lot of slot for us, and he was able to be productive and got a contract off of it. So like, you don't have to, be a 6'2", 6'3" juggernaut to play and be successful in the NFL to the next level. Like, time after time, I think people focus too much on player size and not their actual game. Like, he has game, and that what matters. Like, he is a productive wide receiver. He runs a 4.3. He has been productive, every single season that he's been in, at Oklahoma. So, like, he is definitely a guy that you should look at. Matter of fact, I'm not trying to get banned, but we're going to look at some of his highlights. We're going to look at some of his highlights real quick. All right. So I'm finna stop the background music. I'm finna play you some highlights from Marvin Mims. Let me know if y'all can see it. And listen, beautiful thing about it, I'm not monetized yet, so it does not really matter if this video gets flagged. I don't think it will get flagged because I'm just screen sharing.
There was some JUCO transfers. All you, Chad.
Marvin Mims, full send. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Perhaps Marvin Mims will be that guy.
Rattler, play fake. Rattler, dancing, squares, fires. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Marvin Mims, a talented freshman out of Frisco. Rattler, touchdown, OU. Marvin Mims again. 1st and 10, Oklahoma. Spencer Rattler after the play fake. On target for a 1st down. The ground to start. Play fake. Rattler delivers and throws a strike. It's Marvin Mims gets upfield and a 1st down. Rattler now on 2nd and 11. Steps up in the pocket. Throws across his body. Wide open. Touchdown, Marvin Mims. Spencer Rattler.
That's a matchup they're going to try to exploit.
1st and 10. Rattler wide open and complete inside the 10 and into the end zone for Mims. Quick strike Sooners. They do it again. 2nd and 5. Rattler wants another big one downfield. Into the hands of Mims, and Mims into the...
Wide open is Mims. Got it. Inside the 10, inside the 5. 1st and goal Sooners.
As a result, then they'll pull him out, but he can't hurt himself further.
On the reverse, it's Mims. 1st down and more. And taken out of bounds. Aim 2nd and 12. Off play action. Mordecai back in the end zone. Mims, did he stay in? He sure did. And for Marvin Mims, that is his 7th receiving touchdown. He has now tied the Oklahoma freshman record.
Rattler will look downfield. Throws into coverage, and that's Mims. And on 3rd down, Rattler flips it off. Mims has space in a 1st down, and look at a throw on 1st down. Mims again in space. Ooh, they almost knocked the ball loose.
Spencer Rattler takes off, running, throws on the run, and it is deflected and caught. Marvin Mims made the catch. Defend deep shots with Oklahoma. Rattler looks like he wants to launch one deep. He's going deep for Mims and has the touchdown.
This shot, right? Iowa State almost had an interception. He turns a really good player. The safety, Greg Eisworth, completely around.
Plenty of time for Rattler. Now flush to his right. Another throw on the run. That's Mayfield-esque.
All right. So what did y'all think about Marvin Mims? You know, just based off of highlights. Highlights are, you know, they're not the end all be all. You know, highlights just show you what happened. It's not like watching all 22 and you see the why. And when you watch the all 22 from the, you know, the coach's film, you see why they were able to get open. You see how they won. You know, when you watch highlights though, you know, you just see the end result. You see a guy wide open. You don't know if it was a blown coverage. You don't know if he outran the zone. You know, you don't know if his guy slipped. You know, but he was making plays. Like he was making plays all over the field. And you know, on those dump off passes, what we did see, where he took short passes and he made big plays with them. You saw him receive a wide receiver screen, and he got downfield and had over 20 yards. Right. So those are the kind of things you look for receivers that fit into the West Coast offense. How they move and run out in running catch situations. How they do with Yak. You know, do they have breakaway speed? You know, in the situation when you do go down the field. And you know, he brings juice, like my boy Starter Kid Duke said. He brings more juice to the wide receiving core. I do agree with that. You don't really have a lot of guys on your roster that can do that. Yeah, you can't play up on them. 20 yards a catch. And listen, I don't think that he can do that at the NFL level. You know, that would be record breaking. You know, that would be otherworldly if he was able to do that. But I damn sure think you know he can average about 15 yards a catch at the next level. You know, if he's going to be a big play guy. He said, not football related. How's the weather there? I seen where a tornado hit Arkansas. Are you? No, we are actually under our tornado watch ourselves. You know, so like that's why the stream went out earlier. It knocked out the storm, knocked out the Wi-Fi for a little bit. Power flickered. So, you know, we are under our tornado watch still until 8 o'clock. The weather has cleared up right now, so we are good. But yeah, like a matter of fact, say a prayer for Arkansas. I have family in Little Rock. I had a cousin that was at a bank that was hit by the storm, but they are doing well. They were not injured. The storm just blew out the glass at the bank, but they're doing well. Well, I appreciate you, DC for Life, for asking, my boy. Thank you for the love and support, my guy. But we rocking, man. Like I said, rain, sleet, or snow, hail, it do not matter. The liquor store is open. You're gonna get this content. We're gonna get drunk on this Dallas Cowboy content, man. No, it is what it is. Rain, sleet, or snow, we're gonna make it work. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, so let's watch the rest of his highlights. We're talking about Marvin Mims, and I'm actually showing his highlights right now. Too broke to pay attention. We're talking about Marvin Mims. I'm showing some of his highlights for you. And like I said, highlights are not the same as all 22 film. On all 22, you can see the why. You can see why he didn't get open. You can see why he got open. You know, highlights, you just see the end result. And, you know, you see the end result of the best plays. But, you know, he's fun to watch.
Yard run by Stevenson. Rattler, a little bit of pressure as he launches it downfield. Touchdown, Sooners, the breakout freshman, Marvin Mims.
Rattler off play action. His pass is caught, and then after the juggle, caught again by Marvin Mims. And Rattler going to take a deep shot here into traffic. Mims on the catch. He's free at the 10-yard line, heading for the end zone. It's a touchdown for Mims. Rattler off play action, setting up. Over the middle, it's caught by Mims, out to the 45, and a beautiful toss. Rattler to throw on 2nd down and 10, steps up, and another great ball. Boy, the ball placement just spectacular.
The blocks happen. Sooners going quickly with a pass to Mims across midfield and chopped down out of bounds.
Throw it back to Rattler. Rattler off his back foot down the field, caught, and this is Mims. A little trickery here. And fires across the middle, and catch made for a first down.
He completes.
Big play.
And an explosive play that the Sooners have been begging for. Rattler with time completes to Mims for the first down.
Yeah, I'm going to stay safe, my boy.
Rattler zips it across the middle, and the slant caught by Marvin Mims, and he's got a first down. Williams has to recover the snap, now tries to make some magic. Touchdown! Could have been a disaster.
Well, yeah, you stay safe out there, Dwayne Brown. You stay safe out there. Yeah, Miss Green, we're supposed to be under a tornado watch until 8 o'clock over here at Texarkana. Look like there's a lot of storms all over the place. Yeah, listen. At this point, Eastside Hero is a closet Cowboys fan, man. At this point, he is a closet Cowboys fan.
And he's right at the marker. Playing with tempo, Williams on play action, delivers a long throw. Man open is Mark. Another one of those heroes last week. It's play action, Williams. Another downfield throw. Mims is wide open. It's underthrown. He comes back to makes the catch at the 30-yard line.
Now, you saw how wide open he was. No, the ball was underthrown, and he still was able to make a play on it. But just imagine, that was Dak Prescott. He wouldn't have underthrew him like that. He could have, made another play. But, just little things I don't point out like that. Separation.
A strike to Mims for Oklahoma. Now they have thrown it a lot, and they will here. Williams puts it on the money to Mims inside the 40-yard line. Mims trying to get away from the defender into the end zone for the Oklahoma touchdown. Without surrendering any points, and they have a 3-touchdown lead. Long throw to Mims here, and Mims runs through the defender to lead 31-7. Play action here. Williams setting up, going downtown. Mims is there. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
Here's a reverse. Mims. Marvin Mims. And he'll run into a brick wall, but pick up. But minus 1 yard rushing in the second half for for Oklahoma. Here's Mims with the catch. He turns it up across the 35 up to the 37.
2nd and 6. Here's Williams. Lines up over the middle. Caught and inside the 15. Marvin Mims.
Played Adrian Peterson had a huge fourth quarter. Deep ball for Williams. Down the middle. Right on the money for Mims. And a Sooner touchdown.
All right, that's it. Highlights are through with. What you think about Marvin Mims? Just looking at the highlight reel. And listen, when you average, 20 yards a catch, you have a lot of highlight real plays. When you average 20 yards a catch, you're gonna have a substantial amount of big plays. Yeah, right. He has a second round grade. He has a late second round grade. So, he should be there for us. I definitely would take Marvin Mims. Big playability, good run after the catch ability. And he's only slightly undersized. Like, what's really the difference between 5'11" and 6 foot? Right? What's really the difference between 5'11" and 6 foot? There's an inch. You could say like you maybe want a little bit more weight on him, but at 184, right? I think he's and listen, like not all weight is the same. Not all weight is the same. Like at 5'11", 200 pounds, he might be built like a damn linebacker. You know what I mean? If you were to put 20 more pounds on him, as long as he doesn't lose mobility, like he has, that would be a very good frame. So what do y'all think on Marvin Mims? Last year, 54 receptions, 1,083 yards, 6 touchdowns, average 20 yards a catch. Well, I don't think he'll take Cook's spot just because Cooks has 4.3 speed as well. And, he's a veteran with multiple 1,000-yard season on his belt. Brandon Cooks has like 6. He has 6,000 yard season underneath his belt. Only a year removed. Lee, I like him too, Dwayne Brown. Like he's a very damn good prospect, man. He's a very damn good prospect. Jason Garrett, what's up, my boy? I appreciate you for tapping in with me, my guy. Hey, Jason Garrett, since you just now coming to the liquor store, I need you to remember, if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, you will get half off on all items in the liquor store. Same for you, front office. If you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, you too will be awarded with half off on all items in the liquor store. So that's how we rocking. Mills can play inside or outside. Yeah, he lined up at both in college. You know, you tend to think with the size that he will probably end up being a slot at the next level. But, you know, it is what it is. Like, you know, there's nothing wrong with having a great slot receiver, you know, with 4.3 speed. He can stop on a dime. He's good at run after the catch. You know, he can turn a wide receiver screen into a house call. He can turn a slant into a house call. He can get open behind the defense, game-breaking speed. I like him. It's a yes for me. If we don't do wide receiver in the first round, I definitely would do Marvin Mims in the second. He's worth it. He's definitely worth it. Dontavian Wicks, wide receiver from Virginia. Okay. Let me pull him up. All right, wide receiver from Virginia, Dontavian Wicks. Oh, he had an amazing 2021 season. Didn't Virginia forfeit their season after those killings happened? Because or did he get injured? Yeah, he had a 1,200 yard season in 2021, 57 catches, 1,203 receptions, averaged 21 yards a catch in 2021, and he had 9 receiving touchdowns that year. All right, so let me pull him up. All right, ran a 4.62, 6'1", 206 pounds. Let's take a look. He has a 4th round grade. Okay. Let's take a look. Has elite balance, tight roping the sideline and in and out of breaks, showing excellent start and stoppability in bursts. He has good body strength to squirm out of tackles with the coordination to maneuver his frame between defenders. Has the strong hands any NFL wide receiver, coach, and quarterback would covet. Tracks the deep ball over either shoulder and brings in passes fluidly without breaking stride downfield. Wicks combines good speed with his size, and Wicks accelerates off the line better than most big receivers. Wicks accelerates to 0 to 60 and hits top speed fast enough to outrun angles. He also flexible and agile, able to keep the pedal to the floor as he turns and weaves. Impressive athlete with very quick acceleration to reach his top speed quickly and stretch the field. Very good body control and smooth movements. Plays fast and explosive. Okay. Weaknesses. Does not always use his hands to secure deep throws, sometimes allowing the ball to hit his pads and chest. He'll have to develop a better feel for sitting down against his own coverage. He really isn't a guy who will create a lot of separation against faster corners. Okay. So that's everything on him. I tell you what, let's take a look at some of his. HTM, you want me to get used to another wide receiver on the Cowboys. It just took me a little while to get used to CD. It be like that, man. It be like that. Because, hey, I do not think in long term that Michael Gallup is going to be your long-term wide receiver at this point. You know, they have an out of his contract. He's the third guy on the – and listen, Michael Gallup at best is your third wide receiver this year. And he is your top paid wide receiver this year. He makes more money than Brandon Cooks because of the restructure. He makes more money than CeeDee Lamb because CeeDee is on a rookie deal. So Michael Gallup is your highest paid wide receiver, yet he is only your third best wide receiver. So, you know, heads are going to roll. He can't be your highest paid wide receiver. He can't. So, you know, something's going to happen with that contract. He's not going to play up to the level. He's not going to get the opportunity this season. Like he's the third option. So he's not going to put up good enough numbers to, you know, to warrant the contract that he's getting. So he's going to be out of here. I know people really like Michael Gallup. I know people really, really enjoy him. I think he's a very good feel-good story for overcoming what he overcame. Michael Autry, what's good, my boy? I appreciate you showing love to the liquor store, man. Hey, anybody that is late coming into the liquor store, please know if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, you will get half off our items inside the store. Preferably, you choose Henny. Preferably, you choose Henny because Brown will make you clown. He said you blame JJ for effing that up. Yeah, he chose to re-sign an injured Michael Gallup instead of keeping a fully healthy Amari Cooper. And Amari Cooper took a restructure. He only made like $5 million last year against the cap. So you could have kept Amari Cooper at a much lower cap hit, and you would not have to worry about if Michael Gallup could show up. So, you know, it is what it is at this point, man. But yes, I do agree. Jerry Jones mishandled the situation. He got too cute. I would have kept Amari Cooper easily. No, it's not even a question at this point. So yeah, man. So yeah, I couldn't leave out the way that I had left out before. Well, you know what? Let me show you some of this boy's highlights real quick. Let's go back to YouTube. Let's take a look at some of the Dontavian Wicks. We're just gonna look at his overall highlights. Now, see, this is the year where you know what? I'm just gonna look at overall highlights.
Well, that's probably how it's going to unfold. Well, this crowd is begun to sit their minds. The exclamation point for Virginia from Dontavian Wicks.
So there's Eagle fan then put out an APB on Shiggles in East Texas, and I'll get the first half out quick. Real talk, man. We're gonna have to slap shit out of Eagles fan expeditiously.
Armstrong through the progression. He's got an open man inside the 40. That's Wicks, turns and goes inside the 35-yard line for Wicks and down to the 32. Longest offensive play of the game for Virginia. First down, Armstrong. Got the time inside the 10. Down to the 3 and Wicks.
Everybody outworks everybody. And fortunately for them, they've got a guy that just slung that ball right there, Brennan Armstrong, that is next in line. And
pass plays of 30 yards or more here already in the game. Armstrong looking for more. Going to the end zone. Has a receiver open and an easy.
Try to pick up this first down.
Thompson in motion. Now he's under center. Now he stays in motion. They can get a first down at the 2. Going for the touchdown, and they get.
Third down is short. Crowd really into it. He wants to put it in the air. He's going to throw long. He's got a receiver and an outstanding catch by Wicks. And a giant gain here by the Cavaliers. First and 10 at the 40 of Carolina. Hollins and Talapapa the backfield. Armstrong wants to air it out again. Going to throw that one long. He has a receiver in the end zone. A spectacular diving catch. And that's Wicks in the end zone for 6.
I mean, he gets interfered with. He's getting tackled before the ball gets there. His arm is underneath that football. That's a catch.
3rd and 3.
Ronnie Walker, the lone back on 3rd and short. Armstrong with time. Coxon fires complete. Threads the needle right to Dontavian Wicks for a first down. Have been video game like. 3-man rush on 3rd down and 19. Armstrong taps, fires, and again right on target. My goodness.
You got a guy that really knows how to tote the mail.
3 wide on 1st down. Clean pocket for Armstrong. Missiles one complete at the 29-yard line. Big time play and another 1st down. Dontavian Wicks.
Boy, excellent. And then now making Armstrong a little uncomfortable.
That ended a streak of 7 consecutive completions. Armstrong missiles that one complete, and that'll move the chains. As Jim Harbaugh finally had the team.
Well, they are running it well, aren't they?
Yeah, they are so far. Bobbled on the snap. Armstrong rips it.
Yeah, hey, somebody do check on the brother Matt Batten though, man. It's not like him not to be in any of the chat boxes, so please check on my boy Matt, Sugar Daddy 1. Be careful out there, my boy.
We've seen a lot of college football. I don't know that I've ever seen anything like this.
It's the ball sitting on his back.
It's just hanging out in the air.
Pops up in the air, and he makes what? That is incredible.
I'm telling you, I don't know that he. Hollins in motion.
Hey, it would be like just like the Dallas Cowboys to market the hell out of wide receivers. He be in all kind of commercials.
2nd and short. Down the seam and caught. It's Wicks again. Close to the 45.
Need some carpet tape. Here's a free play.
4 receivers on the set to the end zone. 11th play of the
I agree, Dwayne Brown. He got great hands from these couple highlights. And listen, if you have a 1,200-yard season, you got to be pretty decent.
That's going to be a tough catch and pretty good traffic for a 1st down. And picked up by Armstrong for the end zone. High catch and a tremendous grab by Wicks in the end zone for 6.
Yeah, and Brennan Armstrong, see that right there? Fade. That's the fade signal rubbing on the side of his head because he saw the coverage pre-snap. He said inside.
And of course, that Joey Blunt pick changed everything. I think you guys saw him dancing on the sideline too.
3rd and 5 and a quick toss. Going to be complete to Wicks. Wicks getting free. Down the sideline. To the 30. To the 20. And he is off into the end zone. Touchdown. 77 yards for the strike.
Max Duggan is going to be like a 7th-round pick or undrafted. So they pick Max Duggan in the 7th round. That's like, oh, yeah. Listen, there are some conferences that do not play defense. That is true. Hey, shout out to Jasmine Giles for tapping in. Hey, I'm supposed to be doing a show with JC tomorrow, so we're gonna tap in, and me and JC supposed to be tapping in and doing the show. So y'all tune in. It's gonna probably be tomorrow evening if he's able to make it. So y'all just tap in. We'll be doing a joint show. The liquor store gonna be meeting JC Cowboy in the lounge. It's gonna go down, man.
Inside the 40-yard line with a defender draped all over him, Devonshire.
Armstrong looking to the end zone. Underneath to Wicks, makes that catch inside the 5, dropped at the 4, the 1st and goal, Virginia. Jason Henderson back in there, had his shoulder looked at, said, I'm fine. Tape it up, let me in. Armstrong going deep to Wicks, now he makes the catch. That might be another confidence builder for those two.
That affects things as we move forward in this evening game from Durham. Armstrong with some time to operate, that's 1st down yardage. He hit Wicks crossing 7 yards on the play to Dontavian Wicks at a 1st down.
I say he's making some plays now, and what I like about him so far is that he is breaking tackles and getting away. He's high pointing the ball. He got a good catch radius. Like he doesn't have a lot of separation, but he's making plays regardless, and I do like that. There's not really a lot of time where he just running past anybody or anything like that. Sunday, okay, we'll break bread Sunday. We will break bread Sunday, and we'll open up the liquor store. Sunday. I don't know how y'all be rocking, what state y'all is, but you know y'all special. If your liquor store open on a Sunday, this liquor store was open 24/7. Matter of fact, you're right, because it's gonna be. Matter of fact, hey, I'm glad you brought that up. Saturday night, we will be having a special show. We'll be tapping in with Cole Cowboy. So Saturday night, we will be doing the show with Cole's Cowboys. So you tune in to that. Oh, y'all in Washington territory. All right, Double R said he running security for the liquor store. That's fine with me, my boy. Do what you gotta do. Well, like their season was cut short. Yeah, their season was cut short, man. They had the killings that happened. I'm not gonna look at Chris Gonzalez. I ain't gonna even tease myself like he's gonna be available. Okay. Yeah, he had a monster 2021 season, but last time I checked, I think the Virginia season got cut short because of the mass shooting that happened on that bus involving the players. So yeah, very, very sad thing that occurred. Yeah, contested catches is the name of the game in the NFL. Matter of fact, yes, y'all go over there and tap in with JC and them, because I am finna wrap it up. Matter of fact, let me put my background music back on in the meantime. So yeah, man, I couldn't go out sad, man. The storm tried to take me out the game, but I had to come back and get y'all some good Cowboys content, man. I can't just leave y'all like that. I can't just be on here for a little 30 minutes and be gone. So the storm has subsided a little bit. The Wi-Fi is working pretty good. We were able to get a real show in. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me, man. So, please go over there, show support to JC Cowboy at the lounge. They're going to pop off at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I appreciate y'all for coming over to the liquor store, showing love over here. And remember, I'm going to say this every time. Drink and drive responsibly on your way out. But remember, if you see an Eagles fan in the middle of the street, you have my permission to run their ass over, man. So remember, like, share, subscribe. If you have it in your heart to donate for the trip, it's still $Hennythemoor and Cash App for donations. And I appreciate all y'all for the love and support. I will see y'all soon. God bless.